Well, just in case I can't be there personally, this is the virtual version of me coming from Washington, D.C., snowbound as it's coming in outside here. And this all began when Sue suggested that I do my best imitation of Dick Gruen, our dad, and embarrass my son, his son in this case, my brother, by presenting in poetic form with pictures and various props the life of Dietrich Gruen, which I will vouch that I can be his brother for the first 21 years. From there, somebody else can take the story, but for the first 21, I'm the best witness in the room here. So Sue had suggested that I come up with some sort of limerick, and I said, limerick? Well, the last limerick I think I can remember, I was in a fraternity, and it always starts the same way. There once was a lady from Nantucket, and if I continue with this with any luck, it will get me in trouble. I'll stop on the double, and this rhyme, I better just chuck it. So instead, let's go to the ode to Dietrich on turning 60. Remember, January 30th is his birthday, not today, so keep that in mind. That's a key mathematical number to remember. The drama began 60 years ago, late the 29th of January. Mom labored. The clock neared midnight. She sweated, strained with all her might, so Dietrich could pop out in time to please the man she'd married. This is what she was going to produce. You see, our dad had political opinions quite strong and hefty, who felt that as a lifelong Republican, he'd tell Mom, "Push, push, let me rub again. My firstborn cannot possibly share the same birthday as F.D. Roosevelt." One minute past midnight, Dietrich appeared. The Apgars near Norm. A mere 18 years aft came the Vietnam draft. And that extra minute nearly put Dietrich in a military uniform. Here's the 1970 draft, the first one. Down below, Dietrich, January 30th, 164. 1 minute earlier, 349. They put him square into the Vietnam draft, and he'll have to tell you how he got out of that. But just in case, Dee, I bought a draft card and some matches in case you need to redo your Vietnam deferment at this point.
Well, come on, all of you big strong men. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Got himself in a terrible jam way down yonder in Vietnam.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. With tales of his teens, he started out life as a boy named Ricky. Our visual aid. Started out life as a boy named Ricky. Our parents were sure that spelling Dietrich was just too tricky, till he surprised everyone that first day of school when he told the teacher, "Calling me Dietrich is just so cool." One Christmas, Mom took both of us boys to shop in a store for our favorite toys. Dietrich got lost. Mom turned and she tossed, till she found him tearing apart the newest products of the day in front of a crowd around the store's window display. Here he is playing with some toys in a more domestic setting of our basement. Like all big brothers in dividing up food, Dee chose first with me to follow, till one Easter, one little, one big chocolate bunny graced our table with a choice that turned out funny. He grabbed the big one, leaving me with 1 pound solid and him with 4 ounces hollow. Dee, life repeats itself. The choice is yours, Dee. Are we going to go the big one or the heavy one or the hollow one or the solid one? You get to pick first. I get the other one. As a teenage driver. Here he is. Deet soon brought both his parents' blood to a boil. Behind the wheel, he had such bad habits that his passengers scared just like rabbits as he plowed through stop signs and mailboxes and snowbanks till his fenders looked like aluminum foil. And here's the beauty. The 1959 Rambler. They became the Rambling Wreck garbage court. 13 accidents, as I recall, right, Deet? But here's we're repairing just one of them, or maybe I'm putting a tire on while Deet is supervising. So this was the car that we grew up with, and it never made it through Deet's teenage years.
She's real fine, my 409.
But when it came to high school sports, Deet starred so much his gridiron's doings against a team named Briarcliff gave him fame in newspaper hieroglyph. That what else but 2 touchdowns in the headlines? Ruin, ruins, ruins. So there it is. Here's the one right in the middle in the white helmet. Don't know why, but the captain got the white and everybody else had to wear green. So these are the colors, and this is the team that he led to victory. Well, you all know that a younger brother loves his older in ways that make him rhyme and verse it so much bolder. But does this mean he gives a gift off the rack? No, I think he gives the shirt off his back. So this is straight from the Pleasantville High School football team to the man who ruined the Bruins. So Deet, here's your shirt. You will have this. And where does that lead me? It leads me actually back to where we started. Because don't forget, this was Sue's idea. And there's one period in Deet's life that hasn't been brought to bear to most of you here. And I'm feeling pretty bare myself, but do remember that Sue had an eye for a hunk when she met Deet, and she was never far from wrong there. I certainly have bared all for my brother, and this continues the tradition at our wedding. He took off all of his shirts one after another as t-shirts to illustrate the phases of our lives together. And so I'm going to illustrate just one more phase in honor of Sue, who certainly came up with this idea of a costume, the ultimate costume that a man should wear for his wife, I think. And he certainly is. She had an attraction to him, shall we say, that was evident. You could see from his college days. He had a fraternity he belonged to that, shall we say, had carried out the spirit of a Greek fraternity. At Bucknell, he joined the wild fraternity of Delta Upsilon, and they partied with all their Roman togas on. Sure, they were buff, but soon said enough. Let's get naked and use a fig leaf to cover our heart on. Deet, you think we can use this? So, this is bringing things full circle to the beginning of life when all his innocence Deet might have needed was a fig leaf. Thank you.